In the headlines of this hour on VTV News. Prime Minister offers incense to President Ho Chi Minh, heroes and martyrs on Con Đảo district. And later on, we'll review Vietnam's 50 years of economic transformation and triumph. In our world news, U.S. imposes 120% tariff on low-value goods from China.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Hello, it's 3 p.m. local time and you're watching VTV News. I'm Huyền Trân with the top stories. Now, at a meeting held at the Party Central Committee headquarters, the Politburo and the Secretariat reviewed the progress of implementing Resolution 11 and subsequent directives related to streamlining organizational structures at all levels. The meeting was chaired by Party General Secretary To Lâm, and according to a report from the Central Organizing Committee, provincial and municipal party committees have largely agreed with the proposed changes. 96% of the survey public supported the reorganization of provincial and commune-level administrative units. The country expects to reduce commune-level units from over 10,000 to around 3,320, a 67% decrease. Provincial and municipal party committees will decrease from 63 to 34. And in terms of staffing, over 18,000 civil officer positions will be eliminated at the provincial level and over 110,000 at the commune level. Now, the streamlining efforts will reduce the number of coordinating bodies within the Fatherland Front and mass organization by 90 at the central level, 344 at the provincial level, and 1,235 at the district level. Authorities emphasize that this reorganization is on track to achieve key objectives: improving the political system structure, promoting administrative efficiency, reducing bureaucracy and costs, fostering a socio-economic development, enhancing national security, driving infrastructure development, and strengthening Vietnam's international standing. Now, on Saturday morning, marking the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and national reunification, as well as the 50th anniversary of the liberation of Con Đảo district, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính, Ho Chi Minh City Party Secretary Nguyễn Văn Nên, and a delegation participated in an incense offering ceremony at Con Đảo Temple and Hàng Dương Cemetery. The ceremony honored the profound contributions of President Ho Chi Minh and the countless heroes, martyrs, and patriots who gave their lives for the nation's independence and freedom. Today, the district is revered as a sacred site, symbolizing the unwavering resilience of revolutionary soldiers and civilians during the resistance wars. Following the memorial, the Prime Minister and delegation visited and presented gifts to war veterans and former Con Đảo prisoners. Streamlining the political apparatus to ensure effective and efficient operation is one of the 7 strategic directions to lead the nation into an era of national growth. And so far, this task has been carried out methodically, decisively, and has made significant progress. However, in order to establish a solid legal framework for it, the amendment of the Constitution, the improvement of legal institutions, and related regulations must be prioritized.
According to Article 110 of the current Constitution, the local governance system consists of 3 levels: provincial, district, and communal. However, to streamline the governance system's organizational apparatus, the district level will be scrapped. Therefore, it is necessary to amend the Constitution.
The restructuring will inevitably require amendments to the legal institutional framework. This adjustment will directly affect the distribution of duties and powers, particularly in terms of decentralization and delegation, transitioning from 3 levels of local administration to 2. The goal is to ensure smoother and more efficient services to the people.
To establish a solid legal framework for the streamlining of the apparatus, it will be necessary to amend provisions in the Constitution as well as relevant legal regulations concerning the organization of administrative units. During the process of amending and supplementing the Constitution, it is mandatory to seek public opinion.
Gathering public opinion helps raise public awareness and a sense of responsibility regarding the process of amending the Constitution. It also contributes to building a rule of law state of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Consulting the people means promoting their role as the central actors in building the government and improving the effectiveness, efficiency, and performance of our state. At the same time, it helps foster strong consensus among the population in carrying out a comprehensive reform of the political system.
According to Resolution 60 of the 11th Plenum of the 13th Party Central Committee, the amendment and supplementation of certain provisions of the Constitution, as well as related laws and resolutions, must be completed by June 30th this year and take effect from July 1st. It is expected that the proposals for amendment will be submitted to the National Assembly during its 9th session, which will open on May 5th.
Now, when Vietnam reunified, its GDP per capita stood at just $80, with war-ravaged infrastructure and depleted savings. 50 years later, that figure has soared to $4,700. Vietnam has transformed from a closed economy into a global investment hub, a testament to the nation's resilience and rise.
In the 2000s, Thống Nhất Bicycle's manual rim production required 40 minutes per piece, a major concern for then-director Na. Today, automation has replaced the clatter of pliers and hammers, producing a rim in just over 40 seconds.
The changes here reflect not only technological progress, but also the enduring journey of a Vietnamese enterprise.
Just 3 months after reunification, strategic decisions by the Politburo and National Assembly launched Vietnam's oil and gas sector. Crude oil exports brought in vital foreign currency and laid the groundwork for major energy hubs, helping turn the southern key economic region into the nation's growth engine.
Over the past 50 years of peace and unity, Vietnam's oil explorers have tirelessly carried out the party and government's vision, putting the country on the global oil map. Their efforts have supported economic growth, energy and food security, national defense, and social stability.
Beyond merely growing with the nation, the southern business community has demonstrated a pioneering spirit, fostering innovation and playing a vital role in shaping a dynamic, future-oriented economy.
Over the past 50 years of peace and unity, Vietnam's oil explorers have tirelessly putting the country on the global oil map. Their efforts have supported economic growth, energy and food security, national defense, and social stability.
As Vietnam moves into a new development phase, it needs robust policies to navigate global competition and deeper international integration. Success will require modernizing institutions, embracing digital transformation, and strengthening both domestic capabilities and international partnerships in this new era.
As General Secretary To Lam emphasized, Vietnam must innovate domestic institutions, streamline administrative procedures to boost competitiveness. At the same time, the country should further open to foreign investment, focusing on technology and global value chain participation.
Though challenges lie ahead, Vietnam stands on solid ground with its strong foundation, mature business community, and widespread drive for innovation. With strong political will, the nation will stepping into a new era of growth and global integration, affirming its position as a developed country with its own distinct identity.
This holiday season has seen a significant surge in people heading out to shop, dine, and enjoy entertainment. Shopping malls and supermarkets have increased staffing levels to efficiently handle the crowds and prevent checkout delays. Now, according to retail industry sources, the number of shoppers has jumped by a third compared to typical weekends. Popular items include fresh food, green vegetables, fruits, and soft drinks. The average amount spent per shopping trip has also risen by 10% to 15% over normal days. Supermarkets have boosted their food supplies by 30% and have staff ready to replenish shelves to meet customer demand. Payment systems are operating at full capacity to minimize wait times for shoppers. Starting June 1st, household businesses with annual revenue exceeding $38,000 must issue electronic invoices generated from cash registers connected to the tax authority. And this requirement is outlined in the government's Decree 70. Let's explore the benefits of this solution, especially for industries such as food and beverage, restaurants, hotels, and retail supermarkets, in the following report.
After a purchase, the electronic invoice is instantly sent to the customer's phone. Businesses like Lans have been using electronic invoices generated from cash registers for 2 years. She has experienced the convenience, transparency, and ease of management that this method offers.
It's hassle-free, saving time without the need for manual calculations.
Dune's convenience store has implemented a computer system to track inventory and daily sales. With the addition of electronic invoicing software, she can now issue invoices instantly.
The store has implemented a cash register system, which will allow for better control when issuing invoices. Customers can feel confident knowing they have a clear invoice with the correct price. I believe this is a great approach.
Electronic invoices from cash registers connected to the tax authority enable accurate tracking of sellers' revenue. Since every transaction is recorded in the system and monitored by tax authorities, this prevents tax evasion through false sales reporting.
We are gradually transitioning from traditional tax management methods to modern systems, integrating AI and big data to ensure accurate tax tracking and prevent missed revenue. We are actively encouraging high-revenue household businesses to adopt the enterprise model.
Statistics show that across the country, approximately 37,000 business households with annual revenue exceeding $38,000 will begin using electronic invoices through cash registers starting June the 1st.
Coming up next on VTV News. Buddha relics displayed in Ho Chi Minh City for Vesak Festival. And let's see how resilient trees transform Trường Sa Islands.
When it comes to business, it's crucial to choose a smart location with global impact. And Vietnam might just be the location for you. Connect worldwide to advanced logistics networks. Smart Hub for technology and innovation. A dynamic business ecosystem. An environment with a competitive edge.
Welcome back to VTV News. The overseas Vietnamese community is seen as an integral part of the nation and a key resource for development. And to support them, the government has introduced various policies. Most recently, the Ministry of Justice proposed amending the law on nationality to ease legal barriers, especially for children with a Vietnamese parent to obtain citizenship.
Born and raised in Germany, Thao Ton Ben has long dreamed of becoming a Vietnamese citizen. However, being underage and lacking the required documents, he couldn't apply at the time.
I was around 12 when I started thinking about having dual citizenship. It would make traveling to Vietnam easier without needing a visa. If I had been able to apply before turning 16, many things would have been simpler.
Under current law, applicants must be at least 18 years old and renounce their foreign citizenship. These are major obstacles for families wishing to secure Vietnamese nationality for their children.
Renouncing their current nationality means giving up residency rights, access to education, and social benefits in their country of residence.
Parents are often overwhelmed during a child's early years and may forget to register for Vietnamese documents. Later on, applying for citizenship becomes more difficult.
To ease these challenges, the draft amendment proposes allowing children with at least one Vietnamese parent to obtain Vietnamese citizenship if dual nationality is permitted by the host country.
This aligns with other policies aimed at attracting talent to return and work in Vietnam. Resolution 57 emphasizes science and technology as key to economic growth, so it's crucial to support overseas Vietnamese, especially those with foreign citizenship, in contributing to this vision.
The proposed expansion reflects Vietnam's consistent policy of always embracing overseas Vietnamese as part of the national family and fostering stronger ties with the younger generation abroad.
Holding Vietnamese citizenship opens opportunities for children to connect, integrate, and eventually contribute to Vietnam.
Though I'm German by nationality, I'm still Vietnamese by blood. Having Vietnamese citizenship would strengthen that connection.
Vietnamese people are all patriotic. No matter where we go, we always look back toward our homeland.
This amendment marks a significant step in harnessing the overseas Vietnamese community's potential while deepening their spiritual and cultural bond with Vietnam.
Now, in the local news, this Saturday morning marked the opening ceremony for the veneration of Buddha's relics, a designated national treasure of India at Thang Tâm Pagoda in Binh Chánh District, Ho Chi Minh City. The event kicks off a series of observances leading up to the United Nations Vesak Festival in 2025. And since early morning, thousands of monks, nuns, Buddhists, and members of the public have gathered at the pagoda to pay their respects. The Buddha's relics will be enshrined at Thang Tâm Pagoda and accessible for worship daily from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. until May 8th. And following this period, the relics will continue their journey to other locations, including Tây Ninh, Hà Nội, and Hà Nam. Now, according to the General Statistics Office, revenue from accommodation, dining, and tourism services increased significantly in the first quarter of this year, up 14% and 18% respectively compared to last year. And halfway through the 5-day holiday period, businesses are reporting a sharp rise in customer numbers over last year and are optimistic that this holiday season will jumpstart the summer travel season.
Despite one hotel reporting a 60% occupancy rate during the first 3 days of the holiday, food and beverage services experienced a 30% increase in demand, largely from group bookings through tour companies.
We are completely staffed for our F&B outlets because this is going to be the most demanded area, not only from the people who are traveling from all over the world and other parts of the country.
Meanwhile, one restaurant chain saw a significant increase in visitors across its locations. In Quang Ninh and Hai Phong, customer numbers surged by 50%.
We planned our ingredients a month in advance to ensure quality and made sure to have enough staff to serve.
During the April 30th to May 1st holiday, many travel companies reported that cultural and historical day tours have been especially popular with tourists.
We're offering special deals for veterans visiting Ho Chi Minh City, helping them organize group meals throughout Q2.
Reports show that within the first few days of the holiday, both domestic and international tourist numbers surged at popular landmarks across the country. Quang Ninh welcomed nearly 500,000 visitors, a 16% increase, while Kian Giang saw about 143,000 visitors, more than a 50% increase compared to last year.
Phie will host the National Tourism Year in 2025 under the theme The Ancient Capital, A New Era. And the city is hoping to attract 4.8 to 5 million visitors, with 40% expected to be international tourists. And to build momentum, the city has organized exciting events during the April 30th, May 1st holiday. And a key highlight is the Huu Imperial Citadel's free nighttime tours, which offer visitors an unforgettable experience, blending history, culture, and spectacular performances.
At Theo Garden in the inner court of the Forbidden City, visitors can explore traditional crafts, an exhibition of orchids from across Vietnam, and captivating court music performances. The real magic unfolds at night when modern lighting merges with the ancient majesty of the old capital, creating a mesmerizing atmosphere.
This is my first time visiting Hue and my first time experiencing the Imperial City at night. It's magnificent and ancient, with many areas to explore.
I didn't think to have the possibility, the chance to visit the citadel in this situation.
We don't feel like tourists, no? In this way, we can feel like the Vietnam people.
Our hope is that after these events, we can offer more long-term, sustainable experiences, especially those held at night.
The diverse nighttime activities offer a rare opportunity to experience Hue's royal heritage, from traditional arts to dazzling light shows. Through these experiences, visitors can immerse themselves in the legacy of one of Vietnam's most iconic landmarks.
Despite a harsh soil, a challenging climate, and limited freshwater resources, planting trees in Trường Sa has always been a formidable task. Yet nearly 500,000 trees have already taken root, and a new program is underway to add 1 million more within 2 years. These efforts not only green the islands, but also strengthen national pride and unity.
Tree-lined paths now shade many islands communes in Trường Sa, creating a fresh, livable environment where residents, soldiers, and especially children can learn and play.
We have many trees, but I like lots of trees. I really like playing under the shade.
I hope the swift implementation of the 1 million trees program will contribute to greening Trường Sa.
Planting trees on floating islands like Sông Tử Tây and Sinh Tồn is already challenging, but it's even more difficult on submerged islands. With their scarce land and limited space, the tree grow in small pots and require careful tending with recycled water.
After a long day of work, we gathered to drink water and chat while gazing at the garden and feeling a deep sense of relaxation and connection to the mainland.
Recently, over 700 tons of supplies, fertilizers and seedlings, including coconut, casuarina and bayan tree, were brought to Trường Sa with a 98% survival rate. The bayan, velvet leaf and tamanu trees are thriving, creating a resilient green canopy against the wind and waves.
I hope relevant authorities will continue to support the Greening Trường Sa program, as it plays a vital role in combating climate change.
The journey to Green Trường Sa is not just an environmental effort, but a powerful expression of patriotism. When the entire nation unites for the seas and islands, nothing is beyond reach.
Coming up next in our world news. U.S. imposes 120% tariff on low-value goods from China. And TikTok fined $600 million for breaking EU privacy rules. Now moving on to our world news, the U.S. has officially ended its tax exemption policy for low-value packages from China. Starting May 2nd, items value under $800 sent through the U.S. Postal Service from China will face a 120% tariff on their value, or a flat fee of $100 per shipment, which will double in June. Other goods will face an additional 145% tariff on top of previous duties, excluding items like smartphones, which were granted an exemption last month. This move is expected to significantly impact popular Chinese e-commerce platforms like Shein or Temu, known for offering affordable products favored by U.S. consumers. According to U.S. Census Bureau data, low-value goods from China are expected to total around $5.1 billion in 2024. TikTok has been slapped with a 530 million euros, roughly $600 million fine by a European Union privacy watchdog. Following a 4-year investigation, the EU found that TikTok failed to ensure that European user data, which could be accessed remotely from China, was protected to the same level as it would be within the EU. The EU also accused TikTok of lacking transparency regarding the transfer of personal data and has ordered the company to comply with regulations within 6 months. This is the second fine TikTok has received from the EU. In 2023, it was fined 345 million euros for violating data protection laws related to children's privacy. TikTok has announced plans to appeal the decision. The Indian Air Force conducted a major training exercise on Friday in Uttar Pradesh, showcasing its readiness and rapid response capabilities in emergency situations. The drill featured advanced aircraft such as the Rafale Sukhoi 30 and MiG-29, with airstrips even equipped for nighttime landings. This exercise comes amid escalating tensions in Kashmir following a deadly attack that killed 26 people, mostly Indian tourists. India has accused Pakistan of funding terrorism in the region and has suspended a water-sharing agreement with its neighbor. Diplomatic tensions between the two nations are at their highest in years, with airspace now closed for flights between the countries. And as usual, let's move on to the weather forecast. And that's all the news we have for this hour. To rewatch our program, you can download our mobile app VTVgo or check out our YouTube channel VTV4Go. Thank you for watching and see you next time.